You want to golf something? You want to golf something? Can you get this young lady on the air?
Yeah, absolutely.
Show her a little bit the ropes?
Yeah. Probably should do a different band, right?
Yeah, let's work this one.
Okay.
Darryl operating with the magnetic loop antenna at 20 watts. He's making contacts. It's actually working. Thanks for coming. Great field day.
Thanks for having me.
This fellow from Massachusetts came up. This is probably the most beautiful field day site I've ever worked. I come up here now every summer and work with them. This is the driveway. I'm going to go down to the dirt road, but anyway, this is the driveway into the property. And it has all these beautiful old growth maples standing guard on each side of the driveway. And there's the typical Vermont stone walls on both sides of the road. These stone walls are how they marked property lines in the day. They would clear the fields of the stones and mark property lines. I wanted to take you for a little walk here to enjoy the sights and sounds of Vermont. This road I'm coming to is the typical Vermont road. Probably more dirt roads in Vermont than actual paved roads, not counting the interstate. Here you go, a bucket of sand on the side of the road in case it gets slippery in the winter to get up there. Look at the forest, so dark and deep. The road up the hill, the way out. And there's our field day, so I'm going to walk back to the site. Well, this land belongs to this guy Andy, like I don't know his call off the top of my head. He lives in DC, but he lets us use his little getaway cabin, which is totally off the grid. He runs on solar power and batteries. That's looking out to the southwest. The sky was clear. You probably could see either Bromley or, not Bromley, Mount Snow or Stratton. Bromley's more west of here. There's been a family of turkeys down there the last couple of days. Little babies. Yesterday, I was camped on the other side of that building. I had my tent down there. I was having my breakfast and I was visited by a bear. He stopped and looked at me and I looked at him. He waved hi, I waved hi to him, and he went back into the woods. Oh, there's a turkey in the field now. There's two of them, one in the field and one to the left up on a rock. And the baby's way out in the distance. Probably so small you can't see him. Oh, we got turkeys. I had one of the old maples come down. This club does a good job. They get a porta potty. They're talking about getting a big party tent for next year, so they can put everything in this big tent, partitioning it off for sleeping, cooking, and operating. Big powwow in the leadership. This is Rob's camper. N1XSS. I'll be in this. Is also used for the Vermont 100. We do our VE sessions in here. We have two upgrades to extra, one upgrade to general, and a new technician this year in the VE session. There's their club banner. And there's a little drop off here. That's where all the antennas were. Some of them were down here. Mine was back there. There's a wire one up here at the CW station is operating on. There's another one up the hill. You just barely make it out. And then there's one way up there. And they're up at about 70 feet, I suppose. They have one of these air cannons to shoot the ball over the tree. And they really work. And here's another. Antennas everywhere. That tent up there belongs to Pete, who upgraded to extra. And that was the go-to station. He's got a table in there, his bed, and chairs. It's an old Coleman canvas job, but it's like a real serious tent. Anyway. Now you'll see we're plugged in. And you're saying, but that's not commercial power. This comes from the house, from the batteries downstairs. And I'll show you the solar panel. So we are operating on batteries here. Solar and batteries. And there's the solar panel. Big solar array. So we're running on solar power and generator power at our field day event. There is no commercial hookup to this building at all. Totally off the grid. We did a fox hunt yesterday in the pouring rain. And one fellow was very determined and actually found it. And he won the prize, which was a new handheld radio. And he's in a technician class, Ham, so he was thrilled about that. To replace his Baofeng, he got a nice Yaesu. So that was our field day experience. Way down there in that corner, you'll see it's like three trees together. Formed a little alcove in the center of the tree, and fox was hidden in there. And we had one of the hams working with him with a directional antenna, and he took readings from different locations and triangulated, and then took the beam off and then used his rubber duck with his hand on it, then took the rubber duck off, and he was standing, I was watching, he was standing, and it was behind him. He's looking around, looking in the rocks. So finally he turned around and looked up the tree. It wasn't there, and he looked down and he saw it. He goes, oh, okay. So he was thrilled. We were thrilled that somebody actually found it and won the prize. This is a beautiful setting here. This is absolutely beautiful and breathtaking. Look at this blue spruce up the hill. That's gorgeous. This is the really quintessential Vermont getaway. And I believe that's looking off towards the south-southwest. Townshend would be right out that way there. And then Brattleboro into Massachusetts. Some of those far distance peaks may even be in Massachusetts. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my tour of Andy's QTH here. Today, fortunately, it's not raining right now. Got my tent down so it won't get wet. Gotta take it out and dry it out tomorrow when the weather improves. The house is locked. I've been in it when Andy was up here. He took me for a tour of the place. Very nice inside. Very nice. He just added that deck this year. Andy is a private pilot for some business interest, which I will not disclose. Keep it private. They had an NVIS antenna set up here in this field and had a vertical over here. Up there was my 6-meter dipole. And some of the guys are still operating. People are wrapping it up now. I think everybody's a bit waterlogged from all the rain. So it was very cold yesterday. It was very cold. Probably get down into the 40s. With the rain, it wasn't too delightful, but take the good with the bad. You see how high the grass is from all the rain. They tell me that the tick problem is very bad this year, so when I get home I gotta do a body check, body exam, make sure I don't have any ticks on me. They were down here mowing one of the fields on Friday. There's our primary CW operator over there, K1KU, Daryl, waiting his turn for the House of Horrors there. Are you waiting your turn on the House of Horrors? Let's tip it over. There's Daryl, our illustrious secretary, club secretary.
I'm going to make a sign.
Yeah?
Take a number.
Take a number. Well, we got to stop banging on it.
Yeah. Has anyone ever died in one of these?
Oh. Must be busy. It's a relatively quiet generator.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's a baby. Anyway, a parking area up there. Time to wrap it up. Field Day 2018, Townshend, Vermont. 7-3.